Well, if you clicked on this video, you've seen the word $7 plan change. And if you're an older guy like me, you just don't like change. You like things to just stay the way that they are, especially when they're working good, right? So you're probably a little bit pissed off like I am. And anyhow, I set out to figure out what the limitations were of these changes here. And I'm going to let you know how we can kind of circumvent some of those and what the limits are. Stick around. So I was using the standby plan for doing navigation while I'm on the road, and I think a lot of people were kind of hoping that they could do the same. Good for using your maps on the road, taking phone calls, that kind of stuff. No high-speed stuff. It's low data plan, right? But Starlink has changed the rules here, changed their terms. When I first started with the Starlink, it stated in the terms that you could actually use it while driving, so or moving, I believe the term is. So they haven't actually eliminated that entirely, but there is some limitations to what you can actually do. So it does actually still work on the road, but you need to just kind of keep a few things in mind. So just 2 weeks ago, I actually did a video that was showing you about the mobility aspect of the standby plan. It was more of a connectivity test that I was doing, but it wasn't actually but I was actually able to be on the road and use the Starlink in a way that I could listen to music, take phone calls, and all that kind of stuff. They changed the rules, and it wasn't that long ago. I want to say I did a video, the $7 plan. It was about, I want to say 4 or 5 months ago, and such a great thing, right? Because you could be on the road, you could be using your maps, you can listen to music, you can take phone calls, all that kind of stuff, and it was just absolutely perfect for me. They changed the rules. It's not quite so perfect anymore. It's got some limitations, but I'm gonna let you know what those are. So I set out here to capture my screen as the update was taking place, because I hadn't received the update yet when the changes were made. So I recorded my screenshots here for you, and you can see the update happens and it shuts off. So there is definitely an element of truth to all of that. That's it's what's happening. It's definitely restricted in a different way. Starlink knows that you're moving, right? So let's do a test here to determine what Starlink is actually looking at and how fast that we need to be going before it actually cuts us off. So let's do a little bit of a test here and see how fast we can go before it cuts us off. So right now we're connected, and we're online and stopped. We're at 0 kilometers an hour. Sorry for my US friends. I know 30 and 50, but anything under that I'm not too sure. So let's go here and see what we can figure out. Okay. So we're at 30 kilometers an hour. Let's just see if it stays stable here. Just to be good. Let's head to 40. And we're at 40 now. Still seems to be good, but let's let it stabilize there for a little bit and see if it still stays. Seems to be fairly stable at 40. Let's try a little bit faster. Let's go to 50. We're at 50 kilometers an hour here. Let's just see if we can't hold it slightly under or right on 50 to give it a little bit of longevity. Figure out if we're moving. Slightly over 50, still holding. Pull over after the tracks here. I'm hoping that you found some value in this video. If you have, please click like and subscribe. I like testing stuff, and we always test things to the limits. That's what we do on the Rugged Retirees Garage channel. So we're at 50. Just hold it there for a bit. Seems to be where the threshold is. Oh, it's off at 54. Let's see if we can slow down to 40 and get it to re-engage again. So we're at 40K now, because we were fine there earlier. Gotta see if it's distance or if it's speed that it's actually measuring here. It's got to be measuring something. Doesn't really seem to be coming back on at 40. Let's see how long it takes to reconnect after we stop. So now we're probably about 15 seconds to reconnect. Okay, so we're gonna measure distance. Let's see. Actually, let's go fast. Let's get up to 60K right away and see if it cuts out or not. So we're doing 60. So it seems to be staying there at 60 after resetting. I'm wondering if it's going to be distance. It's traveled so far. Still doing 60, and that's where it cut off before. So maybe it's not speed limited. Okay, I'm going to pull over for a second because we're going to try a different one. Just gonna let it sit again at 0. See if I can go to 80K. Let's see if it goes to 80K. I'm really interested to see if it's actually speed, which I kind of took for granted that it was, or it's a set amount of distance while moving. It's got to be something that's triggering it, right? So let's figure it out. So give it about that 15 seconds is about what it took to reconnect us again. So we'll give it that time, and we'll take off again and see if we can hit 80K and still be online. Okay, so now I'm at 80 right now. So we're still doing 60 and we're still connected, which is where it cut us off before. So 80K here again. So now we got to figure out if it's distance or time that's actually restricting us. So let's pull over and reset it again. Okay, so we're going to do two tests at once here. We're going to do a time test and we're going to do a distance test at the same time and see what's going on here. We're not going to worry about the speed too much because we know we can do 80K. So let's see what happens here. And we're coming up to 2 kilometers right there. That's 2 kilometers. And we got 1 minute and 49 seconds and 2 kilometers. So we'll see if we can actually repeat that. That would be an interesting take here if we can repeat that. Okay, so we've got a couple different benchmarks here. We got a time, it was 1 minute and 49 seconds before, and 2 kilometers. Okay, so we've got 2 benchmarks here. We've got a time of 1:49 and a distance of 2 kilometers. So we've reset again. Let's see if we can repeat that. It would be interesting to see if we actually cut out at around the same time again. So let's go ahead and do that. It's always nice when you can repeat something that's happened, so you get a better idea of what's actually happening. And we're at 1 minute right now. Okay, so we're still online. We're 1.5 kilometers, 1 minute and 40 seconds. Oh, 1 minute and 40 seconds. It stopped in 1.5 kilometers. We're gonna check that one more time, and because 3 times the charm, that's why. And that would be really interesting if we've got that much time before we need to be either really slow or dead stop. So let's try that one more time, and we'll get the timer going, and here we go. We're doing over 65 kilometers an hour here, still maintaining our online status at 1 minute. And it's off now. 150. Well, that's 10 seconds to within the, I'll have to check the footage actually. Maybe it is under 2 minutes, we'll say. Okay, so we're going to start again. Doing 80, 100. So speed does not seem to be the limiting factor here for sure. Here we go, 139-ish. I think right around that 140 to 150 range is about all you're going to get for uptime. Doesn't matter what speed you're doing, but there's definitely a clock set on it for how long it goes. I think that's interesting. Okay, so we definitely found out something on this video. It's not speed related, it's not distance related, it's definitely based on time. So I'm going to say that you can safely get more than 1.5 minutes, but you're not going to reach 2 minutes. And that's essentially the conclusion that we're coming to. You can make adjustments. I would speculate that if you're in the stop-go traffic, you're going to be able to keep it on the entire time, because every time you seem to stop, it seems to reset that clock for time. So 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes is the window that you got to work in. It still kind of works, but there's definitely some change there for sure. Until the next one, we'll see you there.